Hi everybody, I'm Jessica from the Waldock Way. Today's video is going to be Homeschool Fall Favorites. Now this is a collaboration, so make sure you check the description box down below for that playlist so that you can see other homeschool mamas favorites as well. The first thing I have to show you today has been probably our top favorite as a family, and it is the Zoey and Sassafras books. There are 6 in the series, and we've actually read these twice. They're amazing. They're about a little girl who can see and talk to magical creatures, and she uses science to help them get better. Let me find a good example for you. They teach science in a super fun way, and they're probably at about a 2nd grade reading level, I would say. But as you can see here, she's asking a question. She lists out her materials, and then she goes through and discusses her hypothesis, materials, and like the procedures. And she has an experiment with that in every book. So not only are they amazing read-alouds and independent readers, they are also teaching quite a bit of science in them as well. And each one deals with something different. So Dragons and Marshmallows deals with animal science. Monsters and Mold deals with mold, obviously. Horses and Bubbles deals with pollution quite a bit. Caterflies and Ice deals with like ice and melting. The Pod and the Bog deals with bogs and plants, like where plants grow best and what plants need. And then Unicorns and Germs obviously deals with germs. So there's a lot of science packed into those books. Those are amazing. The next few things I'm going to show you are things that have been in our morning basket throughout the fall season that have been favorites and will probably be making another appearance soon. The first thing are these Roll-A-Story cards. Now these were purchased on Teachers Pay Teachers. They're actually full-size cards when you purchase them. I just printed them 4 to a page so that they would fit in one of these photo boxes. And then I include a dice. And they're very, very simple. You roll a dice and then you get your setting, character, and problem based off of what you roll. And so we use those in our writing journals normally about once a week. And they are a super fun way to get some writing in. Another favorite is Scrunch Maps. We have the world and the US. I'm going to try to show you some of the detail. So they are super detailed, but they are pretty much indestructible. You can't rip them. You can spill stuff on them, which we have done. You can ball them up. I choose to fold mine because scrunching them up into a ball just is weird to me. But you could ball them up. And once you fold it up, it folds into a nice, small, compact, smaller than your hand map. So it is amazing for if you don't have a lot of space for storage, or you don't have a homeschool room, or you just want to throw it in your morning basket or a bag to travel with. We use this a lot for when we're reading to reference where somebody's from or something that they're talking about. And I actually keep the world and the US in our morning basket so that we have it as we're doing read alouds. Another thing that has been in our morning basket pretty much for as long as I can remember is Madlibs. But until recently, I didn't know that there was a Madlibs Junior, and it has become one of our favorites. So I'm going to try to show you here. As you can see, they use symbols for the different parts of speech. And when they use those symbols, let me find one we haven't done, they also give you a word bank. So here you can see this would be an adjective, and you can come here and pick your adjective. Now the way I use it is I ask my daughter for an adjective first, and then I use the word bank as like a backup if she can't think of one. That way I'm giving her a chance to write her own Mad Lib first. But I love having the word bank, so if I'm still half asleep, I don't have to think. They also have tons of different topics. This is the super silly one, but like if you have a dog lover, there's a dog. I think there's a cat-based one. There's tons and tons of topics. So go check this out if you are interested and you have a younger kid. The junior ones are amazing. The next thing I have was an immediate favorite as soon as it arrived on the doorstep. And it is hefty, so I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to hold it up, but I'm going to try. It is Sing a Song of Seasons, and it is a nature poem for every day of the year. It is super thick. It has the beautiful silk bookmark, and it has gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations. So as you can see, there are 3 to 4 poems on each spread, but they're all dated. So each day you could read a different poem. They all have to do with nature. And all of the illustrations are equally beautiful. So this was an immediate favorite of everybody's as soon as it arrived. Another favorite has been this clipboard. I've had a hard time trying to find one that would work because Emily is still in a car seat, and I'm going to ride that out until she doesn't fit. But being in a car seat, you don't have as much lap room, and a lot of the clipboards are larger and they have extra storage compartments, and so they just didn't fit in her lap well. This is literally the size of a regular clipboard, other than it has some storage in it. That's it, but it's still the normal size, and it's slim, so it's not super thick. It opens up to allow me to have just enough room for full-size worksheets and 1 or 2 pencils at the top, and they came in tons of colors, which was a huge perk because I was able to pick out her favorite color. This has been amazing for our car schooling over the past few months. The last couple things I have for you are games. Of course, I wouldn't be staying true to our homeschool if that's not what it was. The first thing I have are these absolute dice for kids. Now, we bought the absolute dice at Halloween, and then I turned around and immediately bought the absolute dice Christmas as well. But I didn't want to have to wait 2 months to play them because this had become such a favorite game. And so I found these kids ones. So you have the 2 purple dice that you roll to figure out how many rolls and what symbol you're going for, and then the 5 white dice to roll for those. Now, the difference in this kids one versus the other 2 is there are no silver and gold, so you have none of the doubling and tripling of points, and there is no designated target number. You choose your own target number. So you could say, okay, whoever gets to 10 first, or whoever gets to 100 first, depending on how long of the game like you were in the mood to play. So that is pretty awesome. And the oldest player gets to pick that target number based off of the rules, which is pretty much always a parent. So thank you, rules, for that. But it comes in this cute little velvet drawstring bag with the rules on the tag. And the bag is small enough that it would make a great travel game as well. So that has been a favorite. Another favorite game of ours is Flag Frenzy, which is very similar to Spot It. And we happen to have the world or countries and the USA one. Emily has learned a ton of geography just based off of playing these games. So it comes with a map that shows you where each of the countries and the flags belong so that you can see it geographically. And then your cards look like this. And so I could lay this card down and holler Germany because these 2 cards have that flag on them. So that is kind of how you play this. The US one is exactly the same, other than it's United States and states versus country. To go along with that, because she loved it so much, I also put, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I also put Stack the States and Stack the Countries apps on her tablet, and she has loved those. I love that you can customize the things that she's being quizzed on. So you can go into the settings and change the different aspects of what she's quizzed on and kind of how hard it is. So that has been really, really helpful in our homeschool. That is pretty much our geography. I mean, we do Passport to Adventures, which we love, but as far as geography, those 2 things alone are enough. The last thing I have is this simple math lotto game, and it is by Ebu. And if you have ever seen anything by Ebu, you know that it is amazing, amazing quality. And this game is just a simple game of bingo. So you have these bingo cards with math problems, addition on one side and subtraction on the other. And then you draw a tile that is adorable. and you would just put it on here. So like this is 5, and of course right there is where you would put it. And we play to fill our card up because that's more math and more fun. And it has become a favorite, and she's learned a ton of math facts because of it. So that's it. That's what I have for our fall favorites for this season of our homeschool. I hope if you have some fall favorites of your own, you will leave them in the comments down below for me. And be sure to check out the other videos in the playlist.